Hi, this is Ross from Ross Art and Craft, and I'm bringing you part 5 of our colouring collection set of videos where we are colouring in the gorilla picture from the colouring collection. So in the previous parts we have coloured in the eye, the brow, the bridge of the nose, and started part of the nose itself, and today in part 5 we're going to work on this chin area and top lip area here. Okay, so from a plan that I made in part 1 of the videos, these are the colours that I have selected out for the underbrow and the lids, and it's the same sort of colours for the chin as well. And as with previous, I am adding into that mix of colours, which I have here, light sand as well. Okay, so to start with, let's get this in position so we can see. Okay, so to start with, we've got this a dark band here on the lip itself. Okay, we'll start with that, look at the light bit, and then we'll move under the chin and round to the side here. Okay, so I'm going to put my pencils down so I can get at them. So to start with this, we're going to do the dark band first, which I'm going to put in indigo. I'm going to put part of this along the shadow lines that you've got on your guide sheet, or your colouring sheet, should I say. Okay, and I'm going to go up into this part here as well, like that there. And as with other points in the videos, I'm also going to go in with the petrol grey as well over the top of the indigo, and I'm looking at where it goes really dark into these sections here, so I'm putting that petrol colour into that there. Okay, and into this bit here as well. Okay, so we use the shadow lines as our guide as to where we are, as opposed to traditional line drawn colouring sheets where it's a line drawing and you basically fill in. This actually gives you the shadows, and we work from the shadows to give us our outline and a guide as to where we are. So I'm just going to add in some light sand into this top lip as well, and I'm also going to bring this light sand into the chin area here as well. Okay, just in key areas. Like that. Okay, this first part of the lower lip is quite pale, and in actual fact I need the baby blue. Let me get that out of the box a minute. Is that the baby blue? Yeah. So I'm just going to put some baby blue across this lip here as well, and some of the colours from the previous video where we used the colours we used in the nose part. so which were iced blue, in there. I might also put some lavender in here actually. Take that across that way. And some ultramarine I'll put in there. Let me just put some lavender in first. Into these sections here, if I just use the guide as to where I am, put some lavender into these bits here as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to add in some ultramarine. Could show me sharpening my pencil. I think it's broken actually. Snapped off. So so I'm just going to hint at that for now. And we can work on that in a bit. Okay, so that just gets that bit into there. And I'll perhaps, if I can find my indigo. Oh, there, looking straight at it. I should just bring some of that indigo down and into this corner here of the lip. Okay. While I've got the indigo in my hands, I'm going to put some indigo into these shadow lines here. Start to build these up a bit. Like so. Too much into there because I think that's more indigo, not indigo, ultramarine actually, so not too strong with the indigo there. This is still quite pale around here, so I'm just going to swap there. I'm going to put some of the grey in to this lip here. So as you fill in, it gives you more of a guide as to where you are, and you get, it's like building your own little map of where you're at. So you can build into it. I'm going to start putting some brown in. I put a touch while I've got it in my hand into this top lip here as well, over the white sand like that, and then I'm going to bring it into here as well. So as previously, I shall just be building up lots of layers of colour. I swap to the grey. This one's a steel grey that I'm using. Start building building up these layers. I need some indigo into that there. I'm just going to bring in some ultramarine as well. To that bit there. And it is just a patchwork of colours that we're building up here. So to start with, it doesn't particularly look right, if you like, but the more colour you add into it, the more it starts to build and come together. And if you do it gradually, then you can build the colours up rather than going in with bold, strong colours straight off. Build them up gradually, and then you can work the pencils better. If you go straight in with bold colours, for one, if you've put it in the wrong place, you have a hell of a job get it back out again once you've already put it in. So it's better to just actually work very gradually building colours up than jumping straight in, which if you've watched all the other videos, it's like I'm repeating myself constantly, telling you the same thing over and over. So I'm just building up this grey. It's starting to take the colours a bit stronger now. Okay. I need to go back in with the brown in a minute. Let's just put a bit more of the grey in. Okay, brown. So going into this corner of the mouth. Coming across. And I'm also just going to nip some indigo into there, make that a bit stronger, and then I shall add some more of the petrol grey, the darker grey, in as well, if I can find it, rolling under my paper. So coming across, building it in. Just going to use my finger here to just point out to myself where I am, because there's that much going on that you can quite easily get lost. So you do need to just keep pointing things out to yourself and checking you know where you're at, sort of thing, because it's quite easy to get lost when you're putting so many layers in, so much colour in, and so much detail in. can lose your place quite easily. Okay, so coming together. I'm going to need to put some more brown in. Is that my brown? Yes. So I'm going more brown here. I've got a light sand patch here. Just here a little accent, look, quite strong across there. So I'm just going to blend that in there, like so, like it is across here, across here too. Okay, so I don't just work one area at a time, I'm sort of working the whole area. I'm just adding some pale blue in now, back into this lip area and down into this blue bit here and below that, like so, and that needs indigo into there. So it's just working it along. Okay. We're gonna just come back up to this top lip and just add some more brown into this top lip here, coming across like that, and then I'm going to go for the paler grey, the steel grey, and bring that in across here too. This has all got to go darker across here. Okay. Again, the pale blue I'm going to bring in across here and add some more into that lip area. And then we want some ultramarine. I just need to add, I've got that many pencils in my hand as well. Trying to keep track of what pencils I've got where. If you're like me, you end up with a fistful of pencils as you're working. So just building up. Going in. I'm going to go back in now with the darker grey, the petrol grey. Coming back in, adding a bit more depth, a bit stronger with the lines. Okay. Need some oh, I think it's in my hand. The brown. Is that the brown? Yes. Add some of that in here on the lip to this section here. So it's probably layering colours that you perhaps wouldn't have thought of layering together. But that's the beauty of the pencil crayons, is in actual fact it's layering the colours that make them and work so well. Okay, and on my list was a blackberry, is the name of the colour. It's actually a reddy colour. I say reddy colour, like a purpley red, I suppose. I'm now going to start adding that in to this lip area here. I don't know whether you can see it as it's going on. But there's actually quite a lot of it into this area. If I show you on a piece of paper the actual colour itself. So it's like a aubergine, I suppose, aubergine colour. So I'm building that in now into the different areas. And that's the thing, is practice with your pencils, overlay different colours and see what colour combinations you can get with your pencils, because you'll actually be surprised at the effects certain colours will get when you overlay them. And as I say, it wouldn't necessarily be colour combinations that you would put together normally. But when you're colouring things in, you'll find that you can't just get it from a straightforward pencil, pick it up out of your box. That would be lovely, but it's not. The number of pencils you'd need to be able to do that would be staggering. But you really need to get to know your pencils and what they do when you overlay different colours. Okay, this shadow needs to go darker in here, so I'm just going to put the petrol grey in across that lip there. I'm also going to put some indigo in as well. Okay, and I'm going to go back with the steel grey, the lighter of the two greys, over this top lip again, like that there. You can see that it's starting to come together. So again, as previously, it's a case of there's still quite a lot of layering to do, but I think you can see how it's building, and I'm really only using quite a few colours. So the main colours are the steel grey and the darker petrol grey, the ultramarine and the indigo, the light sand, the dark brown, and this blackberry colour. Whoops. This one here that I'm now taking into that shadow again to just strengthen that shadow off and bring it up into here. So I'll continue to build those up, bring those down. It's still got to go quite a bit darker, so there's quite a lot more layers got to go into it. But as I say, Don't be tempted to just actually go really dark straight off. Be patient and actually just build gradually the layer upon layer of colours, because in actual fact you'll get a much better finish in the long run. And I think you'll be happier with the results than if you rush in and go dark straight off. It is really is a game of patience, and just gradually build up and really look at what's happening in the different areas. You'll start to pinpoint where you need more of that colour, where you need more of this colour, as you work through it. And as I say, just stop every now and then and just, you know, sort of have a look and check what you're doing and where you're putting things as you're going along. Okay, so as I say, there's a bit more to do in there, a lot darker to go yet, so I shall carry on with that, and then in the next video we shall be moving on to I'll bring the picture to the front. Moving on to this area here and up into the brow, or the forehead should I say, up into that area there. And then we've sort of covered everything then, and so I shall fill up a little bit more as in between videos, but you can see that the chin and what have you is starting to come together. If I pull this back a bit, you'll be able to see more of the whole thing. So his lips are starting to get dimension, because we're going quite dark under here, quite light on there. And so, and once I've coloured in this blue into the upper lip there, you'll really start to get an idea of the dimension into his mouth area there, and his shape will start to really come together. So I shall leave it there for now, and hopefully you'll join me again in the next part, where, as I say, we'll move on to the side of the face and the forehead up there. Okay, as previously said, you can get your own copy of the Gorilla Colouring Sheet from rossartandcraft.com, and comes in either a physical sheet like this, which is pre-printed. This is your colouring sheet, and then you have a copy of the guide as well, and that's £1.50. But then you can also get a digital download, which gives you again both of those again, but the difference is that you can print them off as many times as you like on whatever surface you like. So thanks for joining me. Hope you're enjoying following me colouring this in, and please join me again for the next part, where we do some more. Thanks a lot.